Live.
Now he's gone. Oh, there he is. He moved. He moved on the screen. Hey, Jason.
All right, we're live. Yes.
Yes, we are live.
All right. Mike Taguvin, Haumi Dakyapi, Noah Akitao. Hello, everybody. My name is Kelsey Lubeth Monroe Jocko, also known as Umpeta Daka. I want to just extend a very warm welcome to each one of our relatives that are able to join us tonight here at Good Medicine Way. We're really excited because we actually have a very good speaker tonight. We have Joe Lopez that will be speaking tonight. So I'm really excited to see what he has to share. But yeah, I am coming to you from the ancestral homelands of the Caddo, Comanche, Kiowa, Owichita, and Osage nations here in present day Oklahoma City. I would like to I wanted to thank the staff for allowing me the honor and privilege to be serving as the MC for tonight. I do want to, as I said, a nice warm welcome to everyone who is able to join us. A brief history about Good Medicine Way. This group was started under the vision and direction of our pastor, Dr. Casey Church, many moons ago. Having started in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is in the homelands of the Tewa people, the Pueblo people. Albuquerque, the original inhabitants of the land, also included the Taos, the Sandia, Isleta, and Isleta del Sur. Sorry, I can't say that. Also present there in the region is the Navajo Nation, Fort Sill Apache, Mescalero Apache, Jicarilla Apache, and also it was the hunting lands of the Nuchu or the Ute people. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see what all is going to be going on tonight. Let's see. It is having started in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Good Medicine Way has been a safe space where people of American Indian, Native American, Indigenous, Aboriginal, and other tribal ancestry are able to gather together and celebrate their indigeneity and gain an understanding of their true identity in Creator and His Son, Creator Sets Free. So it's my tremendous honor to welcome each of you, each and every one of you, as we share in this most sacred moment. So thank you for joining us tonight, everyone. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Joe Lopez for our Four Directions prayer, our opening prayer. So go ahead and take it away.
Um, yeah, I just want to open us up thinking of the beginning of our day, the sunrise, the beginning of life, the east, the newness of whatever it is that we have new to us today. Just pray that into our time. And looking to the south, to the warm breeze, the moist air, the childhood of life, the again faster pace, newer, again new things, more things. We just pray that and into our time and the things that represent that in our lives. We look to the north, to the elders, to the strong winds, to the cold, to the established lessons of life. We pray these things into our time together as well. And as it is sunset here in the west. I just the end of the day. Pray that you, Creator, would be with us in our time, and teach us your ways, and give us your perspective on all that you have for us. And I pray these things in your name. Amen.
That usually whenever indigenous people get together, we start with a prayer. So that was really awesome for Joe to deliver our prayer tonight. So it made it even more special. But yes, but yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to Leah and Brian Grover for a few songs, to start our worship time. And I'm really excited to see what they're gonna play. So go ahead and take it away, Grovers.
All right. Yeah, we just got a couple straightforward, rousing honor songs for tonight, both written by Jonathan Miracle. And let me get the words up so you can sing and dance and whatever you'd like to do in your own space.
As long as you're on mute.
Yeah.
Your way I
All right. Thank you, Brian and Leah. I really enjoy hearing whenever you guys sing your songs and everything. It's very beautiful. But before we go any further, I just wanted to say that I'd like to just take a moment to thank you all for the encouragement, the well wishes, the prayers, the thoughts, and like all that you have given me this past week. It was really tough working through like this weird emotional kind of thing that I was going through, thinking about my grandma and everything. And I just want to thank you guys for your understanding and also for just taking the moment to talk with me and help me out and encourage me and uplift me. And I'm just really glad to be a part of this family here. So, all right. So now we are going to go ahead and hand this over to Preston Jones for Creation Insight. So go ahead and take it away, Preston.
Thank you, Madaka. So Creation Insights is going to be kind of a prayer update and also what I've been going through for the last few weeks. So for the last couple times I've been able to take my puppies, or I call them oversized puppies now. They're full grown, but I'm not going to call them dogs, but they're puppies. They're oversized puppies to me. And I've been able to take my puppies to the creek, in Blue Water Creek, and it's actually really nicely flowing. And I haven't seen that for years. And so it's very interesting and very awesome to have the dogs jump in and just be able to swim in the creek and enjoy the moments and be able to enjoy the times by them cooling off, but also enjoying the scenery. I get to enjoy what's going on. And I get to be in a place where I have a moment to be outside a lot. And I get to spend the outside and watch and look around and just enjoy the different panoramic of what I'm doing. And I love what I'm doing, but I'm doing it outside with the creation. But there's moments when rain has to stop what we're doing and be able to slow down and put us in different areas and put us in a grounded area. So we have to take shelter, be able to do things. So to the prayer update, it just reminded me that this is what we've been praying for. The rain, the moisture, and be able to see things come back to life and be able to, even the lake for Blue Water is actually coming back up. It's so beautiful for that to happen, and be able to take part in all these different things that we are wanting and needing and that we've been praying, and God has been hearing us and allowing us to experience those moments that He understands that when we are praying for something outside of ourselves, especially when we're praying for the land or praying for nourishment for our grandmother, for our grandmother Earth to continue and be able to nourish us. Because how can we continue doing things and be able to continue doing the work without energy and the proper nourishment? And we need to nourish others. And we need their help. Because sometimes we're so busy that we can't do the watering ourselves. So I continue praying for God to bring the rain so I can continue doing my job and doing my things and be able to have the plants grow. And I get to just experience it and watch it and be able to see what God has allowed us to put in our land. So I've been learning a lot about growing and watching and just sitting still with the earth and just knowing that the earth is moving still while we're just a small speck on it, moving with it. And there's a lot that I could tell you right now about Creation Insights, but it's been very exciting just to see how God is walking through us and being able to flow that water and be able to flow it through us and wash out everything that's been hard for ourselves. Thank you. Back to you, Umbataka.
Thank you so much, Preston. That was a beautiful share. Mini Wichoni, water is life. But it is beautiful because rain does do a lot of nourishment. Rain helps to make you feel calmer. It helps you to, like, I don't know, grow, as you said, continue growing, and it just, water is really the source of life. So it's really beautiful that you were able to see that. You're able to pray for the rain, and you sent some our way. So we were raining today. So, but yes, thank you, Preston, for that. That was very beautiful. It's always good to hear from you. Okay, so now we are going to be heading into our next little portion of the Lord's Prayer from the First Nations version. It looks like we are going to be reading it together and then in sign language. Leah McCoo will show us yet again for another week. Hopefully we're practicing a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and take it away, Leah, whenever you're ready.
Okay, we'll do the reading part first, so hopefully you guys can all see that well enough. So here you go. O great Spirit, our Father from above, we honor your name as sacred and holy. Bring your good road to us, where the beauty of your ways in the spirit world above is reflected in the earth below. Provide for us day by day the elk, the buffalo, and the salmon, the corn, the squash, and the wild rice, all the things we need for each day. Release us from the things we have done wrong. In the same way, we release others from the things done wrong to us. Guide us away from the things that tempt us to stray from your good road, and set us free from the evil one and his worthless ways. Aho, may it be so. All right, and take it away, Leah McCoo.
So, all right, we can do this, everyone. We can do this. Let's do this.
You're muted, Leah.
Oh,
I know. It's worked really hard for that sign language.
Oh, oh no. Oh, great Spirit, our Father from above, we honor your name as sacred and holy. Bring your good road to us. Where the beauty of your ways in the spirit world above is reflected in the earth below. Provide for us day by day the elk, the buffalo, and the salmon, the corn, the squash, and the wild rice. All the things we need each day release us from the things we have done wrong. In the same way, we release others for things done wrong to us. Guide us away from the things that tempt us to stray from your good road, and set us free from the evil one and his, let's do this one together, worthless ways. Aho, may it be so.
All right. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. That was amazing, everyone. We were keeping up pretty well from what I saw. So I'm very proud of us right now. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Leah Grover for the smoke signals and giveaway portion. So yeah, I gotta go tend to my baby real quick. So go ahead and take it away, Leah.
All right. All righty. Well, yes, for the smoke signals today, we've got the women's book discussion group that all the women are invited to come to every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We are going through Robin Wall Kimmerer's book, Braiding Sweetgrass, and I bet Diane's going to hold it up in front of the screen. There it is, Braiding Sweetgrass. So Robin Wall Kimmerer is Potawatomi, and she got her degree in environmental biology, and also in this book she blends that with her Potawatomi traditions of how to view, the earth as our relations, and it's very, very masterfully done in this book. So yes, come all the ladies Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can find the event on our Good Medicine Way Facebook group. At the top, you go to browse, you click on that, and then it'll give you the event. So that's Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And any other book discussions?
Yeah, in the men's group, I've been away, or been traveling for quite a bit, but we meet on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock, and I hope to be joining them again. I've seen everybody here, Christina and Karen and others in Winnipeg and other places, so it's good to be back with you in person again. So, gosh, so that's what's happening still. The men's group is going really well. We're reading Randy Woodley's book, Mission and a Cultural Other. Very deep topics. And if you're Native, it's very triggering to read it. It takes me back, and I need therapy after every session. So we're dealing some deep topics.
I think it's actually Wednesdays now.
Wednesdays?
Yeah, Wednesdays at 5.
There you go. It tells you I've been out.
Yeah.
I've been out.
They keep moving it around. So yeah, so the men's book discussion is Wednesdays at 5, and then the women is right after that.
All
Wednesdays
right.
at 7.
Harry, thanks for updating me. I needed that. So.
And if there are any other things, any other news that people want to announce, you can put it in the chat, and we'll try to give you a chance to
Announcement?
know, or
Someone has
I will be in
Shout out.
Las Cruces for the few days for Wednesday evening, Thursday, and Friday morning. So there's the New Mexico Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. Going to be showing my face there and hopefully getting some dates where we can do a presentation at these various churches. So pray for me that all goes well.
Yeah, so we don't have like an official connection with the Methodist Church, but they're supporting our church plant financially.
Right.
And So, which is a little bit of a challenge for them because we definitely don't do things any of the way they're used to, but they've been sticking it out with us. So yeah, so we try to come to some of their things too, so they can learn a little bit more about us.
Oh, yeah, Christina Keaton, yeah, I'd love to hear if you can talk about this cool, really, thing you put in the chat. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so everything is in launch mode right now, but I'm just really excited. There's a group of women clergy that we've been working on some curriculum for quite some time, and it's kind of in launch season now. It's a spiritual direction school for women of color by women of color. So spiritual direction, if any of you know what it is, it's basically meeting one-on-one for kind of like pastoral care for someone to help you to think about what's God doing in your life. And often we found ourselves in spaces that are very mostly white practitioners that mean well, but maybe as women of color, we haven't found those places of, oh, someone that completely understands our experiences. It's a really diverse group of women. So one thing we're offering is, and I'll put it in the chat if anyone's interested, there's a school, and it's a 9-month program for people that feel like they feel like they're in a season that they want to lead other women in spiritual care groups. That's one thing. And then in July, maybe you're like, I don't want to lead groups. I need a group myself. You're in a healing season. I'll be starting in July, which I can share more once we have like our graphic and everything. Spiritual care groups. The first will be called Decolonizing Your Spiritual Practice. And basically I'll be leading folks to connect with God in ways that are more just fully us being indigenous, like connecting to God in ways that you might not be able, in a church like Good Medicine Way, we're able to bring all of who we are to the table. But, some folks don't always have that. But it'll be a 4-week group for women of color to connect with God, to bring spiritual practices that are rooted in our own traditions. And yeah, that'll be happening in July. So yeah, if anyone's interested, feel free to reach out and I can put that in the chat as well.
I already beat you to it.
That is excellent. Yes, keep us updated. Thank you so much. Oh,
And also, what?
were you going to say something?
Oh, no, and Petadaka she's got her hand up. Is that a cheer, or do you have something to say in Petadaka?
Oh no, I definitely have my hand up. But yeah, I'm very excited about that, Christina. I may have to reach out to you soon about that because that sounds like a very wonderful experience. But no, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an update for the Listen project. Right now they are in Ignacio, or they're traveling to Ignacio, the Southern Ute homelands. They're going to be there today and tomorrow, I believe. I was supposed to be there, but financial situation didn't allow me to do that. So, but yeah, I was just wanting to request prayers for all those who are traveling, for all those who are meeting up with the group. And I'm really excited to see like how the outcome is and what experience everyone has while they're part of the Listen project. I did get to see a few photos of some of our people here at Good Medicine Way interacting with the students and the people who are part of it. So yeah, it was really beautiful to see that. So, and I also wanted to say another congratulations to the graduates that I haven't, graduation season is upon us. So it's like there's ones that are early in May, and then there's ones that are like late into June, like the end of June. So I just wanted to say congratulations to all of our graduates again. I recently, this weekend, I attended a powwow for what is it? For a powwow relative She graduated from the University of Oklahoma with her bachelor's or her master's degree, and she also beat a certain type of cancer. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, so she had quite an educational journey to get to where she was. So yeah, I just wanted to say a little shout out for them. And yes, Christina, great job, congratulations. And to all of our Nate's graduates as well, all the ones who are here. Yes, yes. But yeah, anyway, I'll go ahead and end right there.
Yes, and if you're not aware, our Christina graduated there in Winnipeg. I was able to watch and be a part of her graduation ceremony there. She was a mess. She was just crying all the time there, but she was just totally blessed by that. The Listen Group, we were able to host them here last week when they had their kickoffs. They arrived and they slept over at the church in a couple of rooms here. The neighborhood really complained because there was a lot of snoring going on. So, so we were teasing them about that. So, and then they had breakfast here and then came back and we had a good time. We sang on the drum with them. The ones that were here had a good visit. Shared with them teachings. I taught a little bit, and then Laura also taught about Navajo culture and that, because that's where they were heading, out to the reservation. So we gave them a good introduction as on their way. So we pray for them as they continue to travel, keep their car on the road, and keep them operating well and having a great time. Anything else? Anybody?
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Father's Day is coming up. Do you guys celebrate holidays or no celebration?
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
Oh, yeah, we had a question from our audience here. We have a couple in our audience today. And how do we celebrate Father's Day here at Good Medicine Way? So how many fathers we got out there? Hey, we got a few of us here. So, yeah, my family here, we haven't really brought up anything. We always talk about it and honor them, but it's something we honor.
Yeah, but we don't hold any prohibition against holidays or celebrations. I think the thing that we try to emphasize is that it's done in a good way and in a thoughtful way, in a way that honors Creator and our relatives in creation, whether they're two-legged or otherwise. So yeah, but I know there's some religious practices don't celebrate holidays, but we're not in that camp. So yeah, but the main thing is that if you do celebrate or if you do have ceremony of some kind, that it's done thoughtfully and respectfully and appropriately. So yeah.
Good stuff.
Yep, we will mention it.
I just want to mention a lot of people don't have their fathers
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
here
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody posted that a blue hearts, if you post blue hearts, that's in recognition of fathers who have gone on and passed on. So, you might see that on some of your posts. Somebody shared that with me that they brought that up.
Yeah, that's true. Holidays and celebrations of any kind, once you've lost people that are close to you, it definitely changes the character of it a lot of times. So yeah, to be thoughtful of those in your circles who are going through that kind of stuff and to be supportive of them as well.
All right. And now we have...
All right. Well,
Yeah, just a happy early Father's Day to all the fathers that are here. Yeah.
You got us here, yeah.
Yeah.
I know my family will do something. I usually like to go out to it's a barbecue place called Rudy's. Yeah, because when they were all small, that was a place to take them and share with them a good meal. Everybody could get a good meal, and it just brings me back to it. All of my kids, all 5 of them were with us, and they were all sitting around a little picnic table inside at Rudy's barbecue, and just makes me remember that fatherhood is awesome. We got the-
All right.
And I just want to make a comment that
Yeah,
fathers are irreplaceable.
all right. Our guest said that fathers, her comment is, fathers are irreplaceable. Yes, that is for sure. Thank you for sharing that. All right, giveaway.
All right, well, we can do the giveaway time now. So if you would want to, whether you're in person or online, if you want to support the work of Good Medicine Way financially, we've got the blanket here for in person, and then we're going to screen share a QR code that you can take a picture of, and that'll lead you right through to the website where you can donate. Also at the very top of the Good Medicine Way Facebook group is a logo you can click on to donate through PayPal or whatever card that you have. And also just continue to invite people, people can donate monetarily, or maybe just pray about other ways if you're feeling like you might want to donate time, or if you have graphic arts capabilities, or so many different ways. But just be holding that in prayer if there's other ways you're kind of feeling in nudge
Yes.
to donate. And we'll do a little song here while we screen share that.
All right, that was very beautiful. There are many ways that you can give to Good Medicine Way, as has been said. Doesn't just have to be monetary, so it's really exciting. You can. There were many ideas of where we were going to go, of what was going to be used, and what has been gifted. So yeah, it's very beautiful. Like in some of our traditional ways, the giveaway is a way for each of us to show honor to the person that we're, the one that we're, it's kind of like how much a family can give to the whole community, how much we can all help each other. That's part of what the giveaway really is. So I'm sorry, I got a little lost there for a second, but I am going to go ahead and hand it over to Kimberly Medicine Horn Jackson, who will be reading tonight, or reading Creator's words tonight, Philippians 4:6-7. So go ahead and take it away. Yeah.
Actually, we had a last minute change on the scripture. Joe changed his mind.
Oh, good evening, everyone. I think we're in Galatians. Good and bad seed planting. The ones who are instructed in the message of the chosen one should share all good things with their teacher. Let no one mislead you. You cannot make a fool of the Great Spirit. Whatever you plant is what you will harvest. If you plant the seeds of your own broken humanity, you will harvest only death and decay. But if you plant the seeds of the Spirit, then from the Spirit you will harvest the life of the world to come that never fades away, full of beauty and harmony. Never grow tired of doing what is good, for when the time is right, we will reap a harvest of good things, as long as we do not let our hearts fall to the ground. So then, Whenever we are able, we should do good to everyone, and most of all, to the members of our sacred family.
Thank you so much for the reading. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that this was a different scripture. So I'm sorry. That was my apologies. But anyway, okay. So now we're going to enter into a centering and stillness time. We'll be Brian Grover will be playing the Native American flute for tonight. So that way we can get into our moments where we're getting ready to listen to what the speaker will be saying tonight. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Brian. All right, and here to introduce our speaker, Dr. Casey Church.
Thank you, Petadaka. Good to be back with everyone here in person again. As you know, I've been traveling a bit and got to do that now and then. Ministry is out there and people got to share my life with them, as Paul was able to travel and share his life with many places that he traveled as well. It's just part of the game. We play here as we do God's work. It's good to be a part of that team. So tonight we're going to be sharing one of our team members. We got Joe Lopez. He came into our world here just out of the blue. Not even sure how he connected us, but it was just, he came and became a big helper when we had our grand opening here, and then we had a memorial service, and then I met with him in California. He's from Torrance, California, and was able to spend time with him. And when I would travel there by plane, he would help me, he'd pick me up and take me where I need to go. This year, I know he's going to be trying to make plans to go up to the Pachoni family camp. So Joe is just like Mr. All Around and Apache knife fighter, from what I understand here. So, yeah, so I don't know. I have to get I got my blade on me right here, so I have to always carry it. So, let's see if he gets a Potawatomi knife fighting here. So, so Joe Lopez, good friend. Take it away.
Thank you, Casey. Uncle Casey. Dagote, my name is Joe Lopez. I am of mixed ancestry. My mother is Norwegian, and my father is Apache and Pueblo. My clan is Red Paint People Clan, Chiricahua. And man, I just want to take this moment to speak against just historical inaccuracies. As Apache people, we are very loving and very family oriented, peace loving, and we work tirelessly and very hard to have harmony with within our lands, with the land, within the people that live on our lands. So I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge that part of our character and our hard work. So I wish we could be sitting or going on a walk together. I my brain was all over the place. It was, what do I have to offer to this conversation that we have here? What do I have to offer? I'm just Joe. You know, I'm just a guy from South Los Angeles. Oh, before I forget, I wrote down some numbers here, and I'm gonna have a giveaway at the end. Like, I'm gonna give you something. So if you aren't on Zoom and you want to have the option or opportunity to get something, come on over from Facebook or wherever you're at. So I'm not saying what numbers are in here, but we'll do it later, and I'm just going to put it in my basket here. But anyway, so what do I have to offer? I guess I could just say a little bit about where I grew up and how I grew up, and then a little bit about some of my process, and a little bit about, yeah, we'll see how far we get. So I grew up in a place called Harbor Gateway, which is not a city and it's not a town. There's no, like, it's no man's land between like the ghetto and where all the rich people live, basically. It's a buffer for LA City to lay claim to the harbor, basically. So I can kind of say how it is with my family too. A good family. I was a good kid surrounded by craziness. So I'm pretty used to living in contrast in my life. I was a Boy Scout. I got my Eagle Scout, and on the same week I got my Eagle Scout, which is like a big deal as a youth. The same week I got my Eagle Scout, I was sitting on a curb handcuffed and having cops dig through my car. So this is how I grew up. A lot of contrasts. And so I'm skipping all kinds of stuff, but I really want to get to just conversation. So fast forward a bunch of years, I like to say, I wish I was able to say it to him, but he had passed away. But I met Richard Twiss, and I say he ruined my life in like the best way. I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with him, but the work that the Spirit did in me after that, really many dreams visions, and tons of process. I grew up in South Los Angeles. It's urban sprawl. It's 100% survival. So there's not a lot of room for anything extra other than hustle and on to the next thing. So, um, so one of my dreams, um, some of that dream was this giant door, like a big roll-up door, and it was like bulging. There was stuff sticking out of it, and and so I was standing there with Creator, and he's like, "So open it," and I was like, "No, I don't want to open that. That's messy. You know, I got my life. I'm like doing my thing. You know." And he's like, "Nope, open it." And we kind of like went back and forth like that for a while, and I said, "Well, fine, then you're gonna have to like guide me through whatever the heck is in there, because that stuff is, it's not even mine. It's multi generations of stuff. I don't even know what's in there." So I open it, and it's like, I don't know, some kind of government warehouse full of everything that comes from my family. And so then I was like, "Great, thanks a lot. Now what do I do?" And he said, "It's okay. Open that box right there. And after that one, we'll go through the next one." And so, and then I run, or I used to run a lot more. So I would open a box and I would go process and run. And so kind of through all of that, it's upsetting. It's like you're crying, you know, it's emotional to like open up all this cultural stuff that's been tried to beaten out of you. So, so I'm running, and I feel my hair, my braids patting me on the back. And then I hear my grandfather talk to me as I'm running, like, "It's okay. It's okay. Just take your time." And so, so that was like 15 years ago. It's still completely overwhelming, and then half of it I don't know what to do with. I try to ask good questions. I try to have grace for myself and other people in that. And so a lot of lessons learned, a lot of, I was trying to figure out how brave I wanted to be today. So I don't know if I feel like I'm kind of like leaning on the not brave side a little bit, but yeah, that first year I ran like 3,500 miles. So I did a lot of processing. And so, and I'm doing this all through my relationship with Christ. That was like the key. My relationship with him has always been, this is how I used to explain it. I still explain it, but it's like, all right, we're here at the river. Cool. I love the river. It's cool. There's like water you could drink and fish or whatever. And then I'm hanging out here with the Spirit. And then he's like, "Hey, let's go over there." Yeah, but the river's cool. Like, I like it. Like, I built my hut here. So then, all right, let's go to the apple trees over the hill. And so, and then maybe you get halfway to the apple trees, and then it's like, well, hey, let's go over here now. Oh, but the apple trees, like I'm hungry now and I'm thirsty. There's no water between, and like, oh, okay, let's go over to the mountains now. We'll go. I don't know what you're doing over there, but let's go. And so that's been my process of just following. That's my walk. That's my trail I'm on. Sometimes it hurts more than others. I've had some pretty big, heavy, destructive things happen to me on my road. And I think that's where this Galatians verse comes in of I'm not a very good reader. Never grow tired of doing what is good, for when it is time and right, we will reap the harvest of good things, as long as we do not let our hearts fall into the ground. And I've read half of Casey's book. I'm working on the other half. And so there a while ago, that was kind of part of unpacking, was like, well, let's just walk together in this way and unpack these boxes. Let's not try to process a bunch and bring in a bunch of extra information that is coming from other people. So let's, like, it was almost like I was testing it for myself. Like, I don't want to like grab an idea and then go run with it in my life. I wanted this to be between me and and my creator. Like, I wanted this to be between me and my family, me and there were other conversations and encouragements for sure along the way, but and it's made it absolutely difficult because I'm not connected, or I haven't been connected. I'm more connected now. But then also, like, any of those connections have been stopping from going to the apple trees and going over here to the sand dunes and meeting people that way. Like, and so, so there's a lot of things. I do lots of gifts. It's part of my process. It's part of keeping my heart soft. Usually I give a gift away when something really bad has happened. Usually I give a gift away when something really bad has happened with somebody else, like as a encouragement to them, but then also like for my family, like, oh, like, we're going to spend time and like create something, but then instead of like holding on to that thing that we've created, it's like let's keep this open. Here you go. This is for you. And maybe they don't know, and I usually don't say, I don't know that I've ever told anyone this, but it's like my wife came up with this terminology called the giving piñata. So if you don't know what a piñata is, it's for your birthday. You put candy in it and you beat it with a bat. All the kids love it. And you try not to get hit in the head with a bat. And then candy goes everywhere. And so that was kind of our thought, was like, okay, well, as life beats us up, like, let's be giving piñatas. Like, let's let whatever that is be good in the world. And so anyway, I don't know. I got 100 of those things. So, so Uh, yeah, why should you listen to me? Who am I? I could say, I could give you, like I'm a pastor. I could say that I'm a missionary. I could say that I've done ministry in about 35 different countries in the world and all different kinds of ministries. Um, um, and I think that, that doesn't really, that shouldn't make you trust me. I think that the best thing I have to offer is um, my desire for you to be successful, my desire for you to be blessed and be a blessing to others. And I hope that some of my story encourages you in that way. And yeah, I kind of want to let the questions fly, I guess.
All right, well, let me go ahead and let's do our other stillness time. And because I'm sure just your life story, Joe, has brought up a lot of remembrances for a lot of people and things that they've been through. So I just want to give a moment for everyone to just kind of sit with that for a minute, and and then we'll open it up for conversation. If you would like, sure.
Sure. Or mic is on?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Ben.
You said that when something really bad happens, you give gifts away to keep your heart good. It reminds me of whenever someone passes away, my mom just right then just has everyone, okay, let's all go out for pancakes, just to kind of just have a good thing attached to it. So unless I guess people hate pancakes, but anyway, she really likes pancakes, and most people she knows do. So yeah.
One thing I'm curious about, Joe, is that you grew up in LA and then you were gone from LA for a good while, and now you're back in LA. But despite being back in this kind of chaotic, oftentimes kind of cutthroat survival sort of atmosphere, you've found ways to create little spaces to move in kind of more traditional life ways. Like you don't have a big yard, but you've got enough to grow some sweetgrass and tobacco and some other things. You only have a little shed, but you manage to make all these traditional gifts and different crafts and things out of it. So I don't know, just what was that process like because I think a lot of times we can feel overwhelmed by our situations and be just I know this isn't good, but it's impossible for me to do things any other way. But you found a way to do things another way in an area that would seem pretty impossible to a lot of people. So I don't know if you have any thoughts about how you got to where you're at with that.
I was we were gone from here for 7 years. We were living on Vancouver Island. So sometimes you do things just because you don't want to go to the loony bin. So part of that for me was growing medicine. Another part of that in the growing of it was trying to encourage others in what they do. So most of it goes away. I don't sell any of it. I don't really fit here, so I'm waiting to see what the next steps are for us. But honestly, I live in South Los Angeles, and wherever you live, if you look, there's connections to be made with our relatives, the plants and the animals, no matter where you're at. Even if you're looking at the sky and the stars or the clouds or the moon, all of these things I pursue to be in relationship with, to have harmony with, to learn what the Creator is teaching through them. So if that's a value for as an Indigenous person, then we're pretty resilient, and my family survived this long, and now it kind of feels like there's things waking up for us, hopefully more for my kids. But I think it's perspective too, taking the time, because I could hustle with the best of them. I could rip people off left and right. That's like my first language. So, but it's it takes care and effort to treat things right and to treat people right. Um, um, and I think in that moment of emptiness when we moved home, I think I was looking for control, but I know that control is can be poison, right? And so what does healthy control look like? What does, because you have to make you have to make decisions. You got to get up and brush your teeth. You got to get up and eat some food. So you have to be able to make some kind of control in your life like that. So that's kind of where the gardening came in too, was like, oh, okay, I could care for these things and I could yeah. So anyway, I think I'm rambling right now.
Oh, that is a hand.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead,
That was the
Christina.
middle of her.
Thanks for sharing, Joe. I just wanted to share as someone that I just feel really honored, like that Joe has gifted me, on my journey, different things that have really blessed me. And I think something I recognize in Joe is like he has a real gift for like the things that he makes with his hands are like real medicine. Like it's not just, oh, here's this gift, like I made this craft. It's like deep medicine. Like whenever I have received something from Joe, it's been at a point in my journey or my reclaiming journey that's been more tender, or a part of my journey where I didn't realize I needed that thing that Joe gave me. So I just want to affirm, Joe, like you have a real gift. The things that you make and the spirit that you give them, there's real medicine in that. And like I hope that you recognize that in yourself. And I think there's other people in the community that have experienced that. Yeah, I just want to thank you for that. And I think you've also made many of us feel a sense of belonging as multi-ethnic folks, as folks that are on a reclaiming journey and that have been raised away from our, traditional homelands and have had to reclaim pieces. Or I relate to the, oh, now this box is open and I'm sorting through all the things and a lot's really beautiful and there's medicine and it's good. And some of it is, oh my goodness, there's so much sadness and so much grief, the more that we sometimes learn some of our family stories, and yet there's medicine to be had when we do that with Creator, when we sift through it with Creator. So thank you for sharing with us and with words, but also like, I feel like your hands speak more than words can. So I just wanted to affirm that with you. Like there's kind of like beyond what you can explain, but the gifts that you give like really hold. And I think my spirit has been able to feel like this was from Joe, this necklace that I have on, in a moment where I was just feeling really, really tender in transition. Yeah, that you gift people with things at the right moments that help them on the journey, and there's a deep medicine that they have. So thank you, brother. Oh, I guess I can also ask a question. So just sharing that, affirmation, but also yeah, you model well of like there's real medicine in giving out of tough seasons, when we feel vulnerable, when there's pain, What do you feel like you have been learning and receiving as you have given, even when things have probably been hard to give? Yeah, what has like Creator been teaching you?
Hey, it's like, would I trade everything I could ever earn to walk a day with the Spirit? And it would be totally worth it. Yeah, there's needs, right? We have needs. We have rent and food, and but it's what do we do with our extra time or our other time? Or, and I'm not perfect in any of that. Like, um, I'm racked with self-doubt, and and um, I love meds. I like meds. They like me. Um, and so they help me out too. Um, and I got a good therapist, and he helps me out quite a bit too. So mostly just trying to be me. Yeah, that's kind of, it boiled all down to that. In the end, it was just like, well, I can only be me in this instant. And so who is me? Like, that's a big question for all of us. Who am I? Like, am I this like grouchy, angry man? You know? Well, I could be, if that's the road that I'm going down. Um, I don't want to be that way. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my wife or my parents or my friends or like, so. Um, and I think the things that are more traditional as far as seeing the world a certain way, um, those speak deeper to my being and my heart. Uh, um, so I don't know if that answers your question, but those were words.
So in case you weren't aware, everybody out there, that as we mentioned earlier, the women are, the women's book discussion group is going through Breeding Sweetgrass. And Joe gifted Good Medicine Way with a lot of little sweetgrass braids that Leah was able to send to all the ladies who are going through that book. And so there's Debbie and Heather in particular both expressed their thanks to you, Joe, for providing that sweetgrass and just how it's really enhanced. They're going through the book and just kind of bringing a tangibleness and a realness to what they're even discussing as they're smudging with the sweetgrass as they're going through the book. So yeah, so that's those things just keep rippling upward. So good. It looks like Laura Church. You can go ahead.
Hey, Joe. Thank you for this evening and for sharing. And I too just want to affirm you of who you are to Casey and me and my family. You're honest, kind, giving, thoughtful, respectful, loving. And I see that even more so when we spend time with you and your family, with Meredith and the kids. And just to let others know that I think it was in the fall or winter time, right, Joe? You and your son came through Albuquerque, and the two of you spent the night here at the house on your way to a hunting journey in Oklahoma. And they had their vehicle packed up for camping. And I thought that was pretty amazing that you took your son on this hunting journey to probably learn more than just hunting skills, but life skills. And I just wanted to express my gratitude to who you are. And you also know when you come through Albuquerque, you and the family, you can stay here. In our home, we say when you're here at the house, the first time you're a guest, second time you're family. So when you come by, we'll show you the lawnmower. You can rake some leaves. So, but I just wanted to express our family's gratitude for who you are and what you and Meredith mean to us. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Yes, Joe, I just wanted to thank you for the sweet grass. I didn't know it was you that made it. And I'm sorry, but I have grandchildren, so one of them got my sweet grass. So if I could ask you, and I'll gladly pay for it, because I love what you do, and it's such a gift. And when I heard you, I really just felt your heart that you're in a place right now that isn't where you wanted to be, but you made the best of it. And I feel that way right now. And it's just good to know that there's somebody else that's transparent. You were very transparent and honest about, you lived there, you came back. I did the same thing. And I'm like, what am I doing here? But something good came out of it. So I wanted to share that. Tonight, Carrie that's on listening, he put me in contact with an Indian woman that I knew when I was a little girl. And we got in contact and found out she's a nurse. I'm an occupational therapist, and we're doing work across Canada and the United States, the same work, and it's going to work and benefit the work that we're doing here. So you're going to get a chance to meet her, and she'd actually been on Good Medicine Way before, and I didn't know it. So it's just amazing how the great creator works in our lives, even when we're in places we just don't think that we would be there or how long we'll be there. But he just works in ways that are wonderful. So I'm just praying for you right now that he's making a way for you to use all your gifts until the time comes that it's your time to leave and go where your heart really feels, you know, it's just in your heart when you know where you belong. But he's using you right now, right where you are. So thank you. Love your sweetgrass. Got to say that again.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is online from Facebook. Someone named Janie. Her question to you, Joe, is: do you go out on the streets to help more of our people out there?
Um, you know, anyone I meet, kind of thing. You know, like I don't know. I always meet random people. Kind of. Sometimes I feel like I should have a vlog of my super random days and where I end up. Um, but um, yeah, everything I do is just through relationship, and um, I'm pretty good at just kind of like being a part of any group, whatever group. So, you know, powwows or um, just meeting random people on the street. So, um, I don't have anything formal though, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, no, I hear that because it's just, like, I think sometimes people want to be intentional about, oh, we're going to go and do this thing for this many group of people, but then sometimes it can become like it doesn't have that relationship, because it's just kind of like this process, kind of thing. But yeah, if it's just like, oh, I met this person and I talked with them and I heard some of their story and I had a way that, I could share from what I had to, help them out. Or if I couldn't, like I at least, listen to their story and let them know that, somebody hears them. So yeah, I think it's a good way of being. So yeah, I affirm that. And Diane, go ahead.
Muted.
You're still muted, Diane.
I want to thank you first, Joe, again, as all the other ladies are, for the sweetgrass. That was so cool to get it because I've never in my life had sweetgrass. So it was really a special treat for me. And as you were talking, the Lord brought to my mind something he said to me many years ago. I don't know if it will resonate with you. Maybe there's someone else that needs to hear it. And it's also in the context of a job in an office. I was doing petty work, mindless work, as God called it. And, but I was very frustrated and in a bad attitude. Let me preface this first with saying, I would like to never hear you say, what do I have to offer ever again? Because you have so much to offer. I'm not the only one on here. Everyone I know looks forward to hearing from Joe Lopez. I know we do. I know I do. And they were talking about witnessing. And, God says, you will be my witnesses. He wasn't necessarily talking about a formal go out there to do this or do that. It emanates from you, Joe. I am sure there are people that you are touching for the Lord and you're not even aware of it because he emanates from you. The Holy Spirit is just coming. He's coming out your pores. You probably have a glow around you that you don't see, but others sense it. So I want to read this. It might sound kind of corny. This was several years ago, but it was real important to me. And I think it is pertinent. Like I said, I was in a bad attitude because I was doing this work and it wasn't really supposed to be my job and all this kind of stuff. And God, just spoke up in my heart and said, this is what he said. I don't care what you get done or even how well you do it. I care about your attitude. Stop worrying, stop fretting, just love me. Think of your job as busy work, something to pass the time as you wait on me. It's fairly mindless work. See, he told me, he knew what I was doing was mindless, which means you can be thinking of me, listening to me, talking to me, even visualizing those future things I am putting in your heart, your desires I am giving you. Got me through many days of mindless work. So I think that's all I have to say, but except thank you so much, Joe, for being with us every week and sharing with us tonight and everything, just being you. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Karen. We're not hearing you, Karen.
Okay, I'll take it, my headphones out. Anyways, can you hear me now?
Yep.
We'll see how much my neighbors, you can hear them too. But anyways, good seeing you in Winnipeg, not just flat screen, but actually in person at the airport where you lost your luggage, and welcome to Winnipeg. And then I took off on you and didn't even wait for you to make sure you got it. So I'm so nice. But I loved how you tell your journey and talk about boxes and not always listening to everybody else, not just reading things and saying, this is what I have to do and this is where I have to go. I walk with so many people who are in the inner cities of cities who are displaced. Melody last year at Nate's talked about the diaspora, where land is something that the connections are long, like a while ago. So unpacking those to get to those connections, that's what I heard in your story, is that's a long journey to find that back. When we chatted a bit in Winnipeg, even the connection to the land, there was a lot more land available on Vancouver Island than in South LA, I'm sure. And maybe that's what spoke to your heart, was just the openness of those big trees and the power of Vancouver Island. But I think that picture of unpacking boxes is something that I will carry when I talk with guys who are really trying to find their way back, that they're very displaced in urban centers, usually serving time, and trying to find that journey home. It's not an easy one. And there's not always that many markers on the journey, or people are trying to share lots of markers, but being spirit-led is just really powerful, because spirit knows the journey you needed to take and still need to take, and it's not anybody else's journey but yours. So though some people can have markers, those boxes are your boxes, and Creator knows what the story was that got you to South LA and to Harbor Gateway. I looked it up on a map. It's a very skinny little piece. Yeah, I looked it up. Google could find it. Yeah, no, I think that concept of that story is just really powerful, a powerful way. Your elders would be proud of you telling your story that way and not giving us details and facts, but giving us heart. Yeah, so I heard your heart. Thank you for sharing that. I have no questions. You're a blessing. You are a blessing to me in Winnipeg. Continue to speak also, you're not perfect. We know that. So I'm not, it's good to hear you have, I'm sure your wife could tell us all of the other parts of it too, but, but that spirit journey through the pain is very real. So thanks for sharing with us tonight, Joe. Appreciate it.
I do want to say in unboxing, I had a whole lot of things that I didn't know what to do with. And I think in true like legalism, you're supposed to do, and so I was running. I run. So it was like, like the clouds opening kind of thing. And it was just like, just throw it all back on the table. Like, just learn from it, whatever it is, A lot of it for me was, just like more traditional stuff. Just dwell with it, learn from it, have the relationships you need to have with it. So anyway, there was a definite point where it was like, where I was trying to control the process and taking in other, like, well, you're not supposed to do that. And this is where I behave myself and don't say what I actually said, but just throw it all back on the table, throw the regalia pieces back on the table, normalize it, honor it, live with it, let it fill us up the way that what it used to and the way that it can. So anyway, your words reminded me of that. So that's a big part, I think, of where I'm at now, of just trying to normalize. Well, PC is, tradition, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can and normalize regalia, normalize different pieces, and learn the stories and share the stories, and just so I can have life back again. So
Do you still have something to say, Jay?
Yeah, I wanted to, I just kind of wanted to affirm what Karen said, and when she ended her, her comment, that, Joe's not perfect, and we all know that. Well, I say that, I say that in the most positive possible way, Joe. You don't have to worry about maintaining some kind of level of perfection, because we all know you're not perfect. But what you are is what I really appreciate about you, and what I've grown to know, is that you're a person who really listens and observes and receives the people that you're with. Because I was talking with you one time some months back, and I mentioned how much I was impressed with something that you did, and then you just turn around and did it for me. And it was so in that process, what I want to say is that you're a person who really connects with the people that you're around, and And we see that, we recognize it, and in the same way, it makes it easy to connect with you. So, pretty much everybody that spoke so far has said it's easy to see your heart, and it's easy to connect with your heart, and that you are definitely part of our family, even if we haven't known you for a really long time. So I just kind of wanted to mention that.
Thanks, Jay. You're the best.
Go ahead, Gary.
Hello, everyone. I've enjoyed very much this discussion. I'm really new to the group. I don't know you, Joe, at all, really, but I've heard a lot of beautiful things said about you. And I'd like to add that it's the Spirit of God working through you, Joe, that people feel. It is God working through you to draw people unto you, to bless you. And when the Lord draws us closer to Him, He opens up our eyes and we see, in a spiritual sense, how great He is and how nothing we are. And we can take joy in that because it's really God's work. I worked many, many, many years in the classroom, and many times on the way home, I would think, by golly, I'm not qualified for this job. But it helped me lean upon the Lord, and it helped me to get out of the way with what God wanted to do with these children that I spent much of my life with each and every day. So I hope someday I can get to know all of you. I don't know when, but I would like to meet all of you in person. And because I've really enjoyed these meetings, because I feel the love of God. And that's what it's all about. The Spirit of God being pronounced upon this group and upon God's children, wherever they are and gather. So thank you. And I don't know you, Joe, but in a way I do. As you know, through the Spirit of God, I know you. And I'm thankful that I've been able to hear some of your testimony tonight. Thank you, everyone.
A little piece here. Joe, he's a runner, and he's a prayer runner. And he lets me know every now and then, he says, today I'm going to run and I'm going to pray for you. And those days, I feel it. I still jog myself, and that's what I do. I pray for hundreds of things while I'm running. It seems like my mind goes to everybody that I'm thinking of. And I appreciate Joe. Tell us about your prayer runs that you do.
Yeah, thanks, Casey, for that. I mean, I'm in agreement. Like it makes when you run, there's a connection that you have with your environment, it opens up your heart and your mind, and then definitely brings, if you choose to focus in that way, it definitely brings your prayers to different places than it would be if I was just sitting at home or doing something else. So, what I like to do is I like to run on dirt, which I have to drive from my house to go find. So, but when I get there, I usually pick up some dirt, put it in my hands, kind of rub my hands with it, and kind of usually run by medicine and kind of smell it and let that be a part of my prayers as well. Drop a little tobacco, and sometimes I put jingles on my shoes. So then you hear me down the road or down the it's there's a certain run I do it only in the fall where I call it my moon run. And so like there's 3 or 4 ridges on this hill, and when the day after the full moon it rises low, and so low and it's real big usually here. And so I'll run those ridges, but I can time it where I watch the moon rise like the 4 times. I usually use that as a kind of like a gearing time for myself. But that's all in relationship, I didn't come up with that. I just noticed it one day. Oh, look, I ran over this one. There's the moon. I wonder if I drop down this other valley and come up on the ridge again. Hey, look, there it is again. And again and again. So I think that there's things to learn from our environment, or however you want to put it, our relatives, the things that the Creator Spirit has put into all the beings, that are for us to either they're new, or they're relearned, or they've been passed down, and they're all precious. That's a little bit of my running. I won't talk about all the crying I do, but that's usually around mile like 10.
Yeah, and then Tex McGregor, who's watching on the YouTube stream, says that he also looks forward to hearing your perspective every week, Joe, when you chime in on whatever's being talked about. I was kind of struck by your giving piñata concept that you and your wife came up with, and how that's just a very practical and pragmatic living out of don't be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. I think that's like exactly where that scripture was going. And I think a lot of times we don't think about it in that kind of context. I think we think about it like, oh, I'm in a fight with somebody, or whatever. But like, sometimes our fight is with life or with the world at large. So then how do you overcome evil with good in that scenario? And I think that just determining that, okay, whatever I'm going through, I'm gonna create something good out of this and be a blessing to somebody. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes not only the world, but a lot of times the church is, we're taking punches there too. And, yeah, and we got to give back to let the candy flow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and especially if it's like hurt from someone you thought you could trust or whatever, you know, those kind of deeper hurts that we go through,
Yeah.
like that's like even more so, you know.
yeah. I think we've all been there. We've had stories to tell how the secular world or the church world is, we feel like a punching bag sometimes. But pinata is a good one. I like the pinata. Yeah. Take a hit and let her flow, you know, let the goodness flow.
And they definitely have the blindfold on when they're doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they do.
Yeah. And then standing clear too, because a lot of times there's a whole bunch of analogies for that too. It's like if you're in the way when punches are flying, boy, you know, everybody gets you know, a little bit of that. So we know it here at Good Medicine Way. We in my journey as well. You know, 31 years of taking the hits and keep on rolling. You know, that's how we got to do it. Well, I appreciate it. Any other comments or questions for Joe here? You know, Joe and I, we go back here a little ways now with a lot of relationship, and really appreciate him. And you fit in here really well, Joe, because we are a misfit group here. We don't follow the mold, and we try to do what God is leading us to do. And a lot of people, they don't. They follow the mold, and that's what they want to do. I guess they want to live in that world and follow the mold, even though they know they wish they could break away and do something different that they feel in their heart would work. But I think God's leading you and us down a good road. Thank you. All right.
Any last thoughts before we move into our closing song? I'm gonna start getting ready, but I have a couple seconds to throw something else.
I'm going to break in, make sure you all read the chat from Dave S.
The scripture come.
Oh, the Island Misfit
Toys.
one? Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely.
So we're going to read the one about Joe taking these long pauses before speaking.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people could learn from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but something so important came to me about Joe. And when he was talking about running with the bells on his feet, something came to me in the spirit that in the word of the Creator, it says, the high priest, when they would go into the Holy of Holies, that they had a garment with bells on it. And that came to me so strong that as he's praying and he's running for all us people, praying for all of us, that those bells are ringing and that the Great Spirit is hearing them. So, Joe, I will never forget you just for what you said tonight. I just want you to know that. That's one of my favorite scriptures.
Thank you.
I hope that you leave also today knowing you are so much more of a gift than you realize, that you feel really cared for, and that you are a gift to this community and so many more.
Joe. Got anything in your basket? Oh, he got his basket. He remembered.
I sent him a message.
Oh, hey. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My screen's frozen for some reason. But I don't really know how to do this. How many people are on right now?
15, just on Zoom.
And then we got
Okay.
5 in the house.
5 in the house.
Okay. Man, do we want to pick?
5 on Facebook.
I threw some numbers in here. And if people want to pick a number between, we could probably do it a couple of times to like whittle it down, right? Between 1 and 10 on our system, right?
Okay.
All right. Pick your number.
3.
We'll see. I won't look. All right. Here's one. Here's the first one. Can you see it?
7.
7. Okay. How many people got 7?
Who got 7?
Anybody
on YouTube or Facebook?
Christina,
Quintanilla.
I feel like I've already been too blessed by Joe. Like,
But you can just let the blessing flow to somebody else. You're just the conduit.
I'll give you a bad gift then.
feel free to draw again because I feel like I've been so blessed. I don't want to like hoard the blessings.
Number 3.
Oh, I had 3. See,
man, I don't want to.
I'm the same way.
Right.
Like I'm going to determine to find someone else. Blessing flow
Anybody
to.
else get 3?
Monique had
They
3.
can have it. Who
Monique
had 3?
Ransom had 3.
Monique did?
Yeah.
And Kimberly Medicine.
and Kimberly.
Oh, yeah. Kimberly had 3 and Monique had 3.
You got that?
So I will defer to them because I've already got this great flute that I play every week.
Yeah.
Was made by Joe.
All right. I got 2 more numbers, so let's see. How can we split 2 people here? Besides like fight to the death or something.
We do your Apache knife fighting.
Apache knife fighting, sir. Winner take.
So it's all defense, man. It's all defense. All right. So it's Debbie and
so far your winners are Monique Ransom, Christina Quintanilla, and Kimberly Medicine Horn Jackson. Those are your 3 winners so far.
Feel free to pass my blessing on as well. I've been so blessed already.
I'm gonna give you a bad gift from now on.
I will.
All right. I got it. My brain's working now. So 2 names and let's see. I won't look.
Crumble.
Let's see. I'm not even gonna look. Can you read it?
That looks like
Monique.
Monique. Oh, okay. Here, I got this for you. It's a little.
How beautiful.
A little copper pot.
Whoa, copper.
Wow.
A water jug. I don't know if you could see it, but
Yeah, pretty good. It's right in front of your face. It looks like your nose.
I got you a pimple.
Oh.
No.
All right.
So if you are we friends on Facebook? Uh-oh, my speakers aren't working.
We hear you. Monique is muted.
Oh, I don't hear Brian either.
Sorry, yes, I am.
There she is.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. If you private message me your address, I'll ship it to you.
Well, thank you so much. I will
If
do
you're
that.
okay with that.
Sure.
Okay. You could do it on the chat here, and then I'll get it.
All right. Well, very good. Well, you started a new tradition here now. Now we all got to follow it now. And, well, thank you. That was a good way.
The second giveaway.
Yeah. Well, Monique, congratulations. Yep.
I feel so blessed.
You are blessed. That's what Joe does to us. He blesses us. So, all right. Well, let's see. We got Namar Newsom.
Yeah, is Namar in the house?
Yeah, I see a name down there. Namar. there you
Yes,
go.
yes. How y'all doing?
Hey, Namar.
All right. I'm gonna turn on my video in a moment. Just bear with me. Let's see here. You see, my laptop has been in the shop for about 2 weeks now, so I have to do this through my phone. All right, so you all see me? All right. All right. Well, first of all, let me just say that thank you, Joe, for sharing with us so wonderfully. And as your fellow brethren of South Los Angeles, you know, that's my hometown. I was raised there in South Los Angeles. So from one Los Angelino brother to another, from another mother, same Heavenly Father, I would like to say that in this great large city, this great large land, you are definitely one of the unsung heroes. You know, many people may not notice you in this great big city, but Creator notices you, your brethren notices you. And for that, we thank you and we honor you. I really appreciate you, my brother. And we need to spend more time together. So with that, I would like to give us the prayer closing out. That is what I'm supposed to do, right? All right. All right. So let me know when you're ready. Are we good?
You good?
Yeah, go ahead on.
All right. So, Creator sets free, Jesus. Thank you for you have blessed us with another day of life. You have blessed us with another day that you have made, and we rejoice and we are glad. We feel your love through your son, through your servant, Joe. The sweet grass that he blesses us with is the sweet land of life that you have blessed us with and that you continue to bless us. May your great spirit, your Holy Spirit, continue to lead Joe to be the unsung hero, and that he will continue to serve, not to be recognized, but so that he will store up the treasures in heaven, as it is written. And may the land prosper, and may your people, your children prosper, and to grow and to elevate through the service, through your son, Joe. Thank you for Good Medicine Way. Thank you for how you love us and how you speak to us and how you grab us, bringing us closer to you, through our cultural way of recognizing you, through our cultural way of knowing you. May you continue to give us safety and good health, protect us from harm's way. May you fill us with your great spirit so that our lives will give glory and honor unto you, and that we will spread that love throughout the land, to the people, to the animals, to the grass, to the plants that you have blessed us with, so that we can continue to grow and live healthily, both physically and spiritually. Thank you, Creator, for love. Thank you for music, that we hear the sound of your soul. We hear the sound of your spirit through the flute that Brian plays. We hear the sound of your heartbeat through the drum that we hear. How great it is to be children of you. How wonderful it is to be sent by you. How wonderful it is to be with each other as a family. Thank you, and let this continue to grow. In Creator Sets Free's name, I hope.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you, Joe, for your words, encouragement, and your blessing, and your giving, and for your candy that you give. And that illustration, well, I think will hang with all of us for sure. All right, until next time. Who's up next?
Next week is Barry Melindo.
Barry Melindo,
all right.
and then
Back
we
for
had
round two.
Yeah, and we had a cancellation coming up here too, and then so we're gonna have next month. I'm sorry, next month we're gonna have Damian Costello.
All right.
Great. He's gonna be coming back on again. He was here once to share with us and visit us, and now he had a great message with his PhD cohort that he was with, and I asked him if he'd share that with us. So just as a hint, it has to do with the buffalo skull. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So yeah, next week Barry, next month Damien, and then there's a few more in between there.
A few more in between, and then we're going on into August now, getting the lineup there for. So expect a call. All right. Take care, everyone. We love you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Hey,
night.
good night. Yeah. Could do the virtual hug. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good evening. We'll see you soon, I'm sure.